2025, August 13th, regarding Garmin v. Google. This is intended to serve as a video in support of a motion to alter, amend, or vacate, primarily because there's a public safety concern with the judge's inability to properly identify technology and distinguish between internet search engines and malbots, malware, and artificial intelligence that is otherwise discriminatorily coded through negative algorithms. On July the 1st, a dismissal order was entered, and I wanted to correct some of what has been put in the order because it's misrepresentative. And if a judge is not either willing to read the complaint or feigns that he can't understand it, and that is what Judge Cory has done here, is pretend that he could not understand the essence of the complaint. So the complaint was filed based on Google utilizing my name, creating a digital dossier, and having discriminatory algorithms factors. If someone's race, if the religion, or even in the Civil Rights Code, if their sexual preference, which is not at issue here, is used to lower them or elevate them in a way that's defamatory with the artificial intelligence bots and algorithms compared to the old school traditional internet search engine. The court finds that Google is just an internet search engine, which is totally inaccurate, shows they don't understand the filing of the complaint, they don't understand the search boxes, and yet they put here Google readers, as if Google is some media outlet, which would also be a different standard. The first complaint that was filed, and he dismissed my third, the first complaint which was filed was correct and accurate, and Google changed the knowledge block in response to the filing of a complaint. Google in the second complaint also removed the false article by Newsweek. There's still fake articles out there, one by the American Bar Association, which modified my work product, and this same low IQ, selfish, duty-breaching, unconstitutional judge dismissed it, which is dangerous. Because if news outlets are not held responsible for modifying work product and forced to face a jury, then that's tyranny. That is judicial tyranny, and it's going to indirectly encourage such action to continue. But in the Garmon v. Google case, two different complaints were filed, and I filed amended complaints because the court refused to read, number one, and understand. Number two, I filed amended complaints because Google made actual changes. And yet, rather than let me benefit from the damages that I incurred for the time period when they were misrepresenting, putting fake news up that was later removed, refusing to change my identification as a lawyer to a journalist, I'm not owned by Google, and refusing to change my marital status. Those are knowledge box promises in the contract that I had with Google. So they made the changes and corrected those. But Judge Mays acts as if I just couldn't meet the muster when he's never even practiced law, and I represented the Chief Justice for 7 years. So he's being disingenuous. The concern, too, is that this is going to encourage Google to continue their greedy first algorithm, which is what they themselves have disclosed as the name of their algorithm. Whatever will create the most money and the most clicks, even if it were to elevate or lower people based on protected classes. And that is not legal. I don't care what a low IQ judge writes in a fake order because there's actually a fake order. The section lays out the right of indicia because this was filed in the third amended complaint under two case theories, both of which are the same from the original, but got more smooth and got more basically poignant because the changes were made by Google after the first two filings. Indisputable. I made Google change at least 3 to 4, arguably 5 things on their algorithm that helps everybody, not just me. But the judge is too low IQ to give me damages for that and too low IQ to hold Google responsible. And this is going to be a problem in the future when AI gets so overwhelmingly informed and uses misinformation as it's doing now and continues to divide people. It's because people like Judge Cory Mays will not read their filings, let juries listen to disputes of facts, and he didn't even provide a hearing in this case. How ridiculous. Shame on you, shame on you. Then for dismissing too, My request is an indigent because I've been placed in a trust. All my things have been taken by low IQ people like you that are pretending to be attorneys, unconstitutional thieves. So my right of reputation and the statutes laid out in there, and that's the reason I asked for $8 billion, is because there were 550,000 links to my name, $5,000 per action, or an amount granted by a jury to include up to 55 years after your death for your estate, because they don't own your name and they can't go make money on you. That's the intention of the statute. But Judge Cory Mays is a selfish, low IQ rascal, has basically made my family and I, my name, and my children who would benefit from the use of my name, according to the likeness and semblance statute of the Alabama Code, they have dismissed the case with prejudice. So that's absolutely unconstitutional. The grounds were clearly stated in paragraph number 10. These are the requirements in the state statute. So his dismissal was dishonest, and it is defamation and defamation per quoto. When they have linked fake news that's been proven to be fake, they've misrepresented things falsely about me on the information block, and they have discriminatory algorithm factors. Those are defaming things. If I were to defame somebody because they were a black man, that would not be a proper algorithm factor, because I'm a Christian or a white person or a dad or pro-life. The failure of the court to allow me to conduct discovery means Google gets away yet again without having to reveal how they're sorting on their AI these responses. And so it's not simply a search engine optimization. And when you don't feel safe online, it's because of judges like Cory Corn Mays. That's the second complaint he's dismissed unjustly. He doesn't read the complaints, and for an hour he can sit and listen. If he has a judicial integrity and competency, he can sit and listen for an hour to an explanation of artificial intelligence and technology. And I did go to the military academy. I have been certified as a genius, which is in the Department of Defense records. I do have high function, low spectrum autism. And again, I represented your Chief Justice for 7 years. And this order here is bullshit. It contains misrepresentations, attempts to make me look low IQ or incompetent when you're low IQ and you're incompetent and you're not protecting the people. And for 55 years up to after my death, if Google uses my name to make money, I want my kids and grandkids to get that money. You selfish, foolish judge. So you're not helping anybody. I'm filing this as a supplement to my motion. Whether you do anything about it or not just shows that you're corrupt, that you wouldn't let it go up to the courts. And it also shows that you're conspiring with the American Bar Association, but you don't call them out for changing words in my letter. And you put it in your order that you knew they changed words, and you just dismissed my case. You are a passive aggressive bully, sir. Bye.